Mike.
Good afternoon, everybody. From the Lungo Rink in East Haven. This afternoon, East Haven Co-op takes on the Nighthawks of North Haven High School. Mike Amento, Bob Sand, Nick Giglietti, Rob Becker, John Becker Jr., AJ DiMatteo, a cast of thousands with you today. Bob, this is going to be, it's number 1 versus number 2. Doesn't get much better than this.
We were looking forward to this. It's been developing all season, watching both teams in their success and their wins, and it was bringing them back to this point. And you and I believe that, and Nick, and Rob, and everybody else, believe that there's more to be played between these two teams. So we'll see how it goes today.
Both teams, having fantastic seasons, very rival-heavy games. Expect a physical game and a fast-paced game.
East Haven comes in 15-1-1, 71 points. That's first in Division II. North Haven is 11-4-1, 63 points. That's second in Division II. That's an 8-point gap between the two teams. If East Haven wins today, it's going to go a long way towards finishing number 1 in both Division II and the SCC. We got a huge crowd on hand. I'm sure they're going to continue to fill in as the day goes on. We got Joey Salzano, a sophomore in goal for North Haven, Mason LaCroix for East Haven, and we are underway here at the Lungo Rink for what has been dubbed as the game of the year, at least in Division II. Behind the net, Mastriano went up the boards, puck loose in front. Salzano covers up right away, 16 seconds in, no score. So a face-off win for East Haven, and they went to work.
Didn't hear the whistle. I don't know if it's the noise, the crowd, which is a good thing. There is a great crowd here today, but again, we got a face-off. I'll have to listen a little more attentively.
Here come the Nighthawks. They get to center ice. Bryce Mastriano dumped in, but he was before the red line. That's an icing. 27 seconds in, no score.
You got to wonder, I know their last home game, they played for the rebound against Watertown. You wonder if they try to look at that in film for North Haven, because he is a smaller goaltender.
Yeah, Andrew Brown from Watertown was one of the bigger ones you'll face. Loose puck! DeFilio scores! That rebound was right in front. And DeFilio deposited the loose change, but no. It looks like they might wave it off. So he jumped the gun on that one. Sorry, folks. 14:27 to go, no score. DeFilio does not score. Face-off is going to come all the way down in the East Haven zone.
Had to be a man in the crease. It's the only thing I could think of, or goalie interference. But anyway, we've got the face-off right in front of us.
Puck played in front of us to the corner. Enzo Plano on it for East Haven, up the boards to Bunnell. Ryan Bunnell dumps it in the North Haven zone, takes a hit right in front of the North Haven bench. This also the final home game of the regular season today, so it's amazing that that's how far we are along in this season. Paul Mastriano behind the net for the Nighthawks as they make their first line change. They get out to center, and here they come. In the East Haven zone, that's 18, Ben Sarah Cruz in the East Haven zone. Tried to drop it back for Logan Ohanian, and it's stolen by Tanner Walsh. Up ahead to Perillo. Perillo dumps it in, he takes a hit right at the bench. Now Tanner Walsh lays a hit behind the North Haven net. At the blue line, North Haven clears. Benji Brown turns and dumps it right back in. Back forward is Ryan Panuski for North Haven. He hits Ruggiero, it looked like, behind the net. Nighthawks get to center ice. They come in, shot blocked by LaCroix. Down up ahead to Perillo. Gets out of the zone. Nighthawks quickly turn and dump it back in. Now Cam LaCroix behind his own net. LaCroix too far for Ruggiero, but Frazier knocks it down at center ice. Frazier in the North Haven zone. Frazier whacked at by Mastriano. Shot on Salzano, and he holds. 12:54 to go, first period, no score.
Good pressure by both teams so far. I think, East Haven really wants to get that first goal. As we mentioned before, a big rivalry. It looks like Chris Avina, for head coach of the North Haven Nighthawks, is only running 2 lines so far.
Coach Payne on the 3rd line right now, so the top 3 lines have gotten 1 shift already. And the faceoff comes out of the zone. So Carter McGlinchey curls back to center and shifts it over to Preston, who dumps it in. Behind the net, Nighthawks will clear it out of the zone. That'll be an icing on North Haven. 12:37 to go. No score first period. A little choppy here to start.
Yes, it is. But the pressure, the expertise of the Easties is always the pressure, more shots on net. We want to outshoot our opponent, which we have in the past, 3-1, and we've got to continue that. So the pressure for the Easties is a must.
Face off to the right of Salzano. It's one back to Cantelli, who puts it behind where Bonnell is. Ryan Bonnell in the far corner dishes it back to Plano, who tries to go back to Bonnell. Montalbano lifts his stick. And now the puck is down in the corner. Plano takes a huge hit from Andrew Porto. Blue line Cantelli shot blocker to side by Salzano. Plano throws it to the net through the goal mouth, and it steps out in front, and now North Haven's going to clear. Here's Montalbano in front of us. Deflection, and they score. That was Bryce Mastriano with the goal. And with 12:02 to go in the first, North Haven strikes first officially, and the Nighthawks have a 1-0 lead.
It was a great passing play by the Nighthawks. Nothing LaCroix could really do about that one. And, it's a well-placed shot, but now that East Haven's down in this game, you're really going to have to fight back, because North Haven's going to pick up that physicality and still take as many shots as they can.
You said it, Nick. That deflection was absolutely perfect in front of the net. Montalbano made the nice play to Mastriano, and North Haven gets on the board first. Obviously, we know this East Haven team is explosive. We've seen it all year, so they will continue to fight and work their way back. Cantelli at his own blue line. Cantelli lost it in his feet, wraps it around to McGlinchey. Carter McGlinchey up now to Ruggiero, who goes across ice to Perillo. Perillo drops it back for Tanner Walsh. Tanner Walsh gets hit behind the net. Nighthawks will go up the boards. Cameron LaCroix steps in to keep it in. And now behind the net, the Nighthawks will turn it and get it out of the East Haven zone. Nice play by Cam LaCroix, who's paired at this point with Cantelli, which we haven't seen that pair a lot this season. LaCroix backhands it off the net. Cantelli banks it off the boards to himself. Now gets it to Tanner Walsh, up ahead to Ruggiero. Shane Ruggiero in the North Haven zone. Ruggiero goes to the net, lost the puck though, and North Haven's going to clear. LaCroix at center dumps it in. East Haven's got to touch up. They do. Right now, this place is as loud as I've heard it all season long. Big hit by Raymond Weston at center ice. Sal Plano gains the blue line, dumps it in. Frazier knocks William Keeney off the play. Cam LaCroix keeps it in front of him. Now Mastriano's got it. Mastriano, nice play by Cam LaCroix to prevent him from going to the net. Plano gets hit by Montalbano. Dimitriadis knocks him off the play. Now Plano comes away with the puck. Sal Plano up to Frazier. Frazier in the North Haven zone. Frazier throws one to the net. Salzano gloves it and holds. 10:08 to go first period. 1-0 North Haven.
I see an evenly matched team right now. I mean, I agree with you about that deflection, that goal scored by North Haven. It was a great deflection, and just under the crossbar. You can't get them any better than that, but the pressure is going to continue. when East Haven had a goal taken away, it usually fires them up. Let's see if it does now.
Cantelli with a shot blocked in front, and Salzano covered the loose puck. Heads up play by him. 10:01 to go first period. 1-0 North Haven.
Let's see if East Haven can keep the puck in the North Haven zone. They haven't had a ton of sustained offensive zone time. Hopefully they can pick it up here.
Face-off will be to the left of Salzano here. It's Enzo taking the draw on the far end, and it's won by the Nighthawks. East Haven struggled on Wednesday night against West Hill Stanford in the face-off department as well. Going to have to be better today. North Haven, the 8th-ranked team in the state, according to Game Time CT. East Haven, 5th, so it's a top 10 matchup here. DeFilio tries to carry in. Lorenzo goes to the net. He got taken down. Delayed penalty on North Haven. As they say, North Haven covered up. It's touched up. It's going to be an interference call. So 9:29 to go in the first. 1-0 Nighthawks. And East Haven's got the first power play of the day.
I love the reaction of LaCroix. Jumped out of that net, went right to the bench. A lot of times, the goalies aren't always in tune. They take a couple of seconds. He's in tune. He's into this game. Proved it by his motion to the bench. Right on. As soon as that referee's hand went up, he was on his way to the bench.
Face off to Salzano's right. Plano with a quick shot. And now it's Cantelli, Preston Cantelli. Down to DeFilio. DeFilio. Back to Enzo. Got tied up in the skates of the official. Cantelli at the blue line. Cantelli waiting, surveying the ice. Cantelli down to Carter McGlinchey. McGlinchey to the net. Salzano made the save. Goes past the skates of Enzo Plano. Good hustle by DeFilio, but he couldn't keep it in. So now out to center, they almost turn it over. DeFilio knocks it down, and DeFilio with speed to the North Haven zone. DeFilio to the net. Salzano made the save. East Haven bench wanted another penalty on North Haven, but they don't get the call. Carter McGlinchey in his own zone. McGlinchey across to Cantelli. Cantelli in the North Haven zone. Cantelli all the way in. Shot saved. Salzano, one and done. North Haven clears up to the blue line, and they get it out. Nighthawks get to center ice and dump it in. About 50 seconds left on the power play. Cantelli in his own zone. Cantelli into the North Haven end. Cantelli and East Haven offsides. 8:14 to go. 46 seconds on the power play. 1-0 North Haven.
Great power play so far for the East Haven Yellow Jackets. DeFilio's been great going to the net. Preston Cantelli, his vision on the ice is so key for the defenders of East Haven.
So the face-off just outside the North Haven zone on the power play here for East Haven. They win the draw. McGlinchey plays it in. Now DeFilio's got it. DeFilio off the wall to Plano. In front, DeFilio one-timer goes wide. Past the stick of Cantelli and out to center. Cantelli in front of his own face-off circle. Now at the...
They haven't started the clock.
Oh yeah, the clock has not started. East Haven getting extra power play time. North Haven bench does not like it. Unless there's a malfunction, which there could be. Behind the net, Bunnell. Back to the blue line, Cantelli. Shot deflected, knocked down in front. Salzano's got it covered, and now I think the officials are going to notice.
That was a very quick whistle, too.
Yeah, I think the officials are going to notice now that we've got no clock. Or maybe not.
Well, time should have expired on the penalty if the referees are going to come over. North Haven coach is discussing it, but we'll see where they set it.
Well, maybe Chris knows he could come in the penalty box. He knows all the inner workings.
Maybe he has a wire underneath his, Yeah, he wouldn't do it. He would expire it much sooner, but it didn't happen. But we'll see how the referees set this up.
This is big for East Haven, too, though, because it gives them a little bit of a break, that first unit. has been out there for quite some time, so it gives them a little bit of rest.
Based on what I see, it definitely looks like a clock malfunction. Referees right there, they might be trying to hit the button. They may have to reset it, the whole thing, turn it on, turn it back off. But again, that mechanism, that control box gets taken in and out. So there's a lot of times there's a pin connection that can go bad, or somebody's got a real heavy finger on a particular pressed button. That could be the problem.
Well, they've got the game time down to 7:34, but they haven't adjusted the penalty time yet. I think you're right, Bob. If the power play is not expired, it's got to be darn close to being done by now. And Nick, you're right too. Seemed like a couple of quick whistles on that power play.
Yeah, very, very quick whistle. I mean, I know sometimes when the ref loses sight of the puck, they blow it right away, but from my viewpoint up here, it kind of looked like the goaltender for North Haven just had it in between his legs, didn't have it covered right away. So maybe the refs lost sight of it.
So 45 seconds are still on the board, which can't be right. That's surprising. So anyway, face off to the right of Salzano. We'll see if the scoreboard works now as they drop the puck. So East Haven catches a break here, and they get extended power play time. Cantelli takes a hit from Montalbano. North Haven clears the zone. Montalbano at center tries to get by McGlinchey. McGlinchey forces him wide. Montalbano turns it over to Plano, now up to DeFilio. Now Ryan Bunnell in the North Haven zone. Works through Keeney. Now Plano's got it. Plano into the goal mouth. Salzano knocked it down. North Haven's got it. Stolen back by Plano. But Bunnell couldn't get a shot away. Now Enzo's got it. DeFilio trying to find a way to go back to the blue line. He can't. Power play is over. North Haven back to even strength. Stolen by DeFilio. DeFilio goes to the net, stays with it, but now lost the puck in his feet. And the Nighthawks control. Stolen by Walsh, who threw it to the net, but it was blocked. And now the Nighthawks have it. Montalbano in the East Haven zone. Nice play by Plano. Montalbano has it behind the net. Montalbano goes back to the blue line, and North Haven barely kept it in. Brown up the boards. Kept it at the blue line, knocked down in front. Shot taken by Porto. And East Haven having a hard time clearing. Sal Plano backhands it up to Ruggiero. Ruggiero goes across ice, bouncing puck. Knocked down at center. And North Haven whistled down for offsides. 6:03 to go in the first. 1-0 North Haven.
Tanner Walsh, nice check at the blue line. I think he probably thought it was a penalty, but it was an offside, but a nice hit at the right time, right at the blue line. North Haven was getting ready to take another shot, and East Haven thwarted that.
So puck dropped. East Haven winds up winning the faceoff. Cantelli's going to get to it on the far side. Preston takes it upon himself to get the puck out of the zone. Preston in the North Haven zone, stays with it. Into the corner, put it in front, nobody there. But all sticks were tied up. McGlinchey gets it back to Preston as the puck gets by Carter McGlinchey, but that's going to be an icing whistled on North Haven here. 5:33 to go. First period, 1-0 Nighthawks.
Great job by Preston Cantelli to just bring it out of the zone. Didn't get a shot on goal, but sustained a little bit of time in the North Haven zone. Something East Haven's really struggling with so far this period.
So face-off's going to be to the right of Salzano in the North Haven end. First line back out there now for East Haven. And Enzo wins it back to Preston Cantelli. Shot goes wide to the stick side of Salzano. DeFilio ties up his man up along the boards. Kept in by McGlinchey. Carter throws it to the net. It was blocked. Rebound loose in front. Bunnell poked at it twice and he missed. And we got a penalty coming up here. A cross check. 5:15 to go. 1-0 North Haven, and man, what a golden opportunity there for Ryan Bonnell.
Should have been a penalty shot. In my mind, my estimation, I would have. He was in the act of shooting when he got the cross-check, so I just think that it should be a penalty shot.
If he wasn't cross-checked, in my opinion, that was going in all day.
So Bryce Montalbano takes the penalty for cross-checking. So the second power play for East Haven here in this first period. Kept it by McGlinchey to the net, knocked down. Now Bonnell's got it. Back to Plano. Plano tried to find DeFilio in front. He got tied up. Lorenzo gets it back to Cantelli. Cantelli makes a couple of moves. Stays with the puck. Goes across for McGlinchey. Back to Preston. Cantelli with a shot. Off the pipe. DeFilio the rebound. They scramble on it. Plano had a chance. And Salzano didn't get it covered. Oh, East Haven hit the goalpost. They could have had 2 goals here in this period. Now Cantelli steps in. Cantelli looking across for DeFilio. DeFilio lost it, and North Haven's going to clear. Wow. Mason LaCroix is going to knock it down and leave it for Carter McGlinchey. Just about 1 minute to go on the power play. Up ahead for Cantelli, who can't get to the pass. And North Haven fires all the way down. McGlinchey comes back for the puck. Carter skating into the North Haven zone. McGlinchey takes it all the way in. Finds Perillo, who goes back across. And McGlinchey has it now at the blue line. Back down to Plano. Now DeFilio behind the net. DeFilio trying to find Cantelli, but the puck was deflected out of play. 3:45 left first period. 31 seconds on the power play. 1-0 North Haven.
There's a lot of hatred with the Sheehan boys on this team because North Haven knocked them out a couple of years ago in the playoffs.
I do remember that. That was in the first round that year. Face off to the right of Salzano. Second power play unit on for East Haven now. And North Haven's got it. Perillo takes a hit. Walsh tries to take the puck, but North Haven's going to clear, fire all the way down. East Haven will have time for one more rush. Cantelli surveys again. Preston in the North Haven zone, stays with it. Cantelli to the net. Salzano stick to the side. Now it's back to Carter McGlinchey. Power play's over. East Haven 0 for 2 on the power play in this period. Perillo got tied up behind the net. Swings it across for Walsh. Tanner Walsh turned it over now North Haven. Mastriano shot wide, stick side of LaCroix. Montalbano far side. Puts it deep for Bryce Mastriano, who has the goal. Now Shane Ruggiero. Ruggiero in the North Haven zone. Ruggiero goes wide, stays with it, takes it all the way deep. Ruggiero now to Perillo. Tried to get it to Walsh. It was broken up. And now Mastriano comes away with it. Mastriano leaves it for Montalbano. Montalbano shot, pad save by LaCroix. Now Benji Brown. Brown across for Ruggiero. Ruggiero dumps it in wide of the net. North Haven behind the net. There's Keeney. Keeney. They get it out of the zone. Out to center ice. Cam LaCroix at the blue line tries to play it forward. And now it's on the stick of Brown. Brown, nice move into the North Haven zone. Brown all the way in, shot blocked. And again, East Haven one and done. North Haven back the other way. LaCroix forces his man wide. Blind centering pass. Back to the blue line for Porto. Porto shot saved by LaCroix. Brown with a hit behind the net. Now at the blue line, shot saved made by LaCroix. Cam LaCroix far side with a hit. Dimitriadis here for the puck, broken up by Cam in front. He gets it up to the blue line, not out. Mason LaCroix makes another save. Stolen by Dimitriadis, off the glass, but not out. East Haven being pinned deep here in a dangerous spot. Consorti Back to the blue line. Porto shot blocked by Frazier. Now steal up to Frazier, who ices the puck. Smart move. 1:02 to go, first period. 1-0 North Haven.
That was a frustrating shift. Opportunity after opportunity to clear the zone, and we didn't do it. And it cost us a face-off in our own zone. The Easties have to play. We're into this season. We're at the end of it. We can't play like that.
Enzo Plano wins the face-off back to Cantelli, who swings it around to McGlinchey, who had DeFilio at the red line, but the pass was broken up. Plano takes it and dumps it in. Bunnell chases. Bunnell lays a hit. Paul Mastriano got it up to Bryce. At the blue line now, Montemana in the East Haven zone. Drops it back to Mastriano, blocked by McGlinchey. He turned it over, now Plano's got it. Plano tries to go up the wall. It winds up back behind the East Haven net. Cantelli up to Bunnell. Ryan Bunnell into the North Haven zone. Bunnell takes a hit. Can't play the puck deep. DeFilio there for help. East Haven pushes it deep, but they're not going to get a scoring chance out of it as North Haven clears it out to center. Take it back by McGlinchey. Carter McGlinchey in the North Haven zone. McGlinchey has a chance, can't get by the official, and that's how the period ends. So Bryce Mastriano with the only goal, and North Haven's got the lead.
Well, we knew the game would come to this, that the pressure was going to continue. The Easties were going to work the puck hard, but we allowed a few things to occur in a game that we don't normally allow. Easties need to come back in that second period, regroup.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, I think we definitely can sustain a little more pressure in the North Haven zone. Look, I don't want to say lucky goal, but a tip, you never know when it's coming in on you. Mastriano, the goal scorer, really watch out for him because he's that key player for North Haven.
So end of one period here at the one-goal rink. It's North Haven 1, East Haven nothing. Back for the second period in a moment. Back here at the Lungo Rink in East Haven, we start period 2. North Haven with a 1-0 lead. Bryce Mastriano with the goal on a tip. And it was an unfortunate first period for East Haven. Some breaks, too, didn't go their way.
We know that, again, that pressure is important, but the unallowed goals, kind of deflates you. But then again, it does give you sometimes that motivation to prove twice as much that we can do better than that, and we're going to score a legitimate goal. So we'll see how the second period goes, man.
So we're ready to drop the puck here on period 2. We've had the ceremonial horn. Thank you, Nick. And DeFilio goes to the net, stays with it, put it in front, and it was taken away by the Nighthawks. McGlinchey at center ice, dumps it back in. Andrew Porto goes around the boards. Bonnell steals. Bonnell in front. DeFilio turns, and I don't know if Salzano got a piece of it. There were too many bodies in front. Now Consorti for North Haven, knocked off the play by Cantelli. And now Preston tries to come away with the puck. Plano there to help, and Preston does come away with it. Here's Cantelli, who's followed by Mastriano. And now Carter McGlinchey at his own blue line. McGlinchey tried to find Plano. It was blocked. Now McGlinchey takes a hit behind the net. Gets it over to Cantelli. Cantelli has DeFilio at center ice. DeFilio can't keep it on his stick. And now the Nighthawks try to carry back in. Bonnell at center. Bonnell over to DeFilio. DeFilio waits for some help. Goes across for Walsh. Walsh to Perillo. Perillo across to Cantelli. Cantelli, shot wide, rebound. Perillo couldn't tee it up. He had a wide open net on the near side. Brown steps down. He collides with Guidon. Kept in by Ruggiero, but that puck had a little bit too much oomph on it, and it went out of the zone. Cantelli dumps it back in. Behind the net now, Paul Mastriano around for Porto. Up the boards, North Haven clears it out to center. LaCroix knocked it down. North Haven plays it ahead, and that will be an icing. 13-13 to go, second period, 1-0 Nighthawks.
I like East Haven's jump so far to this period. Really testing the goaltender for North Haven. Both lines getting very involved. You expect it to be this way with teams, the first seed and the second seed.
There's an 8-point difference in the standings between the two teams. So East Haven would still be number 1. Well, that shot by LaCroix is saved by Salzano. They'd be number 1 win or lose today, but they would only have a 2-point lead. Brown steps down in front. Ruggiero, and somehow Salzano got a piece of it. What a chance for Ruggiero. Walsh at the blue line to the net. There's a chance for Brown. East Haven with a good shift here. Ruggiero to Perillo. Perillo.
Goalie doesn't have a stick.
Right up behind the net. Yes, Salzano lost his stick. This has been a really good shift. Kept in by Brown. Brown shot off the post. That's the second pipe East Haven's hit today. Brown took a hit, and now North Haven clears. And Salzano still can't get his stick because East Haven's got the puck. Now it goes on LaCroix. Salzano still doesn't have a stick. LaCroix up to DeFilio, who dumps it in the North Haven zone. Boy, what a great shift by the second line. Ruggiero knocked it down. It's in his feet, but he kept it in. Nice play. Ruggiero takes a big hit. The puck was knocked down by Salzano's stick. Plano and Montalbana. Oh, Salzano caught a break. Stick back to him. DeFilio's got it. Shot was deflected wide. So Salzano's defenseman was able to steer to get the stick to himself and then get it to his goaltender. So North Haven keeps it in. Mastriano, another deflection, and they score. And with 11:33 to go in the second period, North Haven now has a 2-0 lead.
I swear that snake that I had a week ago is back here again. the Easties are doing everything possible. Post, they're hitting the post, they're getting the deflections, but the break only went to the North Haven side. We did avoid a too many men penalty about a minute ago. East Haven had 6 men on the ice, and I counted about 4 seconds before we cleared and got that 5th man on. That would be the only break I've seen us get so far.
So East Haven finds themselves down by 2 early in the second period. DeFilio drops it back down to Plano. Plano watched by Mastriano. Now DeFilio back to the blue line. McGlinchey plays it deep. Porto up the boards, kept in by Cantelli. Now to DeFilio. DeFilio with a little bit of room. DeFilio shot deflected by Bunnell just wide. Another shot, Bunnell deflected it wide. Tanner Walsh takes a hit behind the net. Bunnell still has it. Bunnell hounded by Mastriano. Now Walsh wide to the stick side. Kept in by McGlinchey flips it deep. Bunnell, there's a penalty coming up on North Haven. Porto's going to the box. So it's going to be a third power play for North Haven. I think cross-checking is going to be the call. 10:44 to go, second period. 2-0 Nighthawks as Walsh and Mastriano have words.
This is going to be a huge power play for East Haven. I expect the first line to be out there, really test the goaltender, and really they're not playing bad. Both North Haven goals are deflections.
Salzano's certainly been tested in this period. Cantelli keeps it in on a pass from McGlinchey. Cantelli steps down all the way. He comes away with the puck. Cantelli, they score! He baked that one around and in! A huge power play goal for Preston Cantelli. And with 10:30 to go, it's a 2-1 game.
I love it, but I can't talk while it's blowing. Well, all right, we beat the snake. We went in, Cantelli went in behind him. He deflected it off the Nighthawk goaltender. He took it from the backside. Can't beat him from the front with a deflection. Let's get him from the backside.
When you think about it, all 3 goals have been, I don't want to say fluky, but not conventional. Tips, deflections, bank shots, whatever it is. It's been that kind of day so far here, but Preston Cantelli has cut the North Haven lead in half. Cantelli floats one through center ice and no icing, so we continue on. Tanner Walsh comes down, tries to play the puck. So East Haven gets their power play goal, and let's see if that gets them going here. Sal Plano's got it at his blue line. Plano tips it up, but over the stick of Virgilio. That's an icing. 9:48 left second period, 2-1 North Haven.
It's really what East Haven needed. North Haven was really applying a lot of good pressure. Now it kind of seems like the momentum is all in East Haven's favor right now.
It almost looks like Coach Payne is rotating just the first 2 lines right now. We'll see how long that happens for. Face-off to the right of LaCroix. Clean face-off win, but DeFilio can't get it out. LaCroix around the boards for Perillo. Perillo up to the blue line, not out. Porto, who took the penalty for North Haven, kept it in. And now Mastriano, Bryce Mastriano, plays it around the boards. Plano tied up with Consorti. Montalbana kept it in, but now East Haven able to get it out to center. Here comes DeFilio. DeFilio in, and Salzano poked it away. He lost his stick again. It was a nice poke check by Salzano, and he's going to get his stick back. So a good play by the goaltender, Salzano. Mastriano shot pad saved by LaCroix. Here comes Enzo Plano. Plano dumps it in, takes a hit. Salzano pushes it across. Porto plays it up to the blue line. LaCroix shot wide. Now Bryce Mastriano out to center. Consorti played it in. Montalbana offsides. 8:45 to go. second period, 2-1 Nighthawks.
This is a good Western movie. You're riding the horse. You ride him hard. You've got to get somewhere. You ride it. You might, and that's what I think Coach Payne is doing. He's riding his horses, that first and second line. He wants to even up this game, and this is what it's going to take.
Yeah, you might be. That's a good analogy. That's good. May have to go home and watch a Western later.
We guys still have to go to the deli.
That's right. That's right. We never went. That's right.
I still owe you a deli.
Here comes East Haven in the North Haven zone. Walsh had it, couldn't get a shot away. And now Bunnell is out there with Walsh and Ruggiero. Bunnell takes a hit in the corner, kept in by Cantelli. Down to Ryan Bunnell. Bunnell, backhand pass in front. Walsh couldn't get to it. Walsh trying to steal. They go up the boards, and now outward it comes Guidon. Guidon for North Haven in the East Haven zone. Glove by LaCroix, and a whistle. 8:10 to go, second period. 2-1 at North Haven.
I think East Haven, what they like to do is kind of toe drag near that blue line, try and get by the defender. I don't think it's going to work against this North Haven team. They know all of East Haven's secrets. East Haven knows most of North Haven's secrets. That's why it's such a tight game.
And the amazing thing, we were talking about it before, this may not be the last time these two teams see each other this year. They may see each other in the SCC tournament in a couple of weeks. They certainly might see each other down the line in the state tournament, so this is a good barometer game. Here comes Tanner Walsh. Tanner Walsh, nice move. And then he had it poked away. A nice defensive play by Panuski. So, two good plays, one by Walsh and then Panuski with the defensive play. Guidon takes a huge hit from Cantelli. Now it comes back to the blue line. That shot whistles well wide. North Haven keeps it in. Cantelli tried to stick it aside. LaCroix made the save. Now Carter McGlinchey on it. Raymond Weston is out there now with Ruggiero. Weston with a shot. Salzano blocking it away. Good shot by Weston. Tanner Walsh throws the puck deep. Now Ruggiero. Ruggiero tries to drop it back for Plano. It was broken up. Cantelli's got it. He waits for Ruggiero to touch up. Cantelli in, shot, save, Salzano. Frazier gets spun around. Now Steele has it. Steele to Frazier behind the net. Frazier back to the blue line. Plano to the net, knocked down in front. Off the post again. That's at least the third post that East Haven has hit today. Wow. 6:51 to go, second period. 2-1 North Haven. And East Haven continues to get the unlucky breaks.
Serious unlucky, I'll tell you. That is a sandwich that's spoiled at the deli, and we can't eat it. Hey, I can't believe it.
I wouldn't want to eat a spoiled sandwich.
That's it. I owe you that one, remember?
I think I've watched that highlight at least 5 times this week. Plano tries to tie it up. North Haven comes away with the puck, but they push it deep, so Plano, who was tied up by Mastriano, goes up the boards where Consorti has it. Cleared it out to center. East Haven dumps it back in. Porto up ahead to Montalbana. Montalbana forced wide. Centering pass, and that one deflected into the corner at the blue line. Porto throws it to the net. Plano was sliding on the ice. Loose puck in front, and Plano steers it aside. Paul Mastriano throws one to the net. It was broken up, and East Haven clears it out to center. Perillo with a hit on Mastriano. Paul Mastriano carries it all the way deep. Brown makes a hit on him. North Haven's got it behind the net, goes in front. Montalbana had it stolen by DeFilio. Here comes DeFilio in the North Haven end. Had it poked away by Porto. Nice defensive play by Porto. Knocked down by Walsh. Walsh shot, save Salzano with DeFilio in front. My goodness. East Haven has had some good chances, end-to-end action here in the second period. Mastriano forced wide by Plano. Now Walsh up to Perillo. Ahead to Ruggiero in the North Haven zone. Ruggiero lost it, and the Nighthawks clear. They got a breakaway. Guidon is in and he scores. Mark Guidon with 5:18 to go in the second gives North Haven a 3-1 lead.
It's a bad change by East Haven. North Haven caught him late. It's a big breakaway, and East Haven's really got to find their game now.
Sometimes the hockey gods are not on your side. And so far today, the hockey gods are clearly not on East Haven's side.
Yeah, the only way we're going to score is from the backside. That's it. I mean, it's been proven. We've hit the post. We've had them denied. We've had goals taken away from us. So East Haven's just got to dig deep and dig hard.
Bumped in by Bonnell. He took a hit. We haven't seen East Haven in a situation like this in some time this season. Cantelli with a hit on Guidon. Now McGlinchey up to Ruggiero. He turned it over. North Haven in. Shot goes up and over the net. Cantelli with a hit behind. East Haven has got to make a push here before this second period ends. Frazier couldn't get it out of the zone. He knocked it down up ahead to Ruggiero. Shane Ruggiero in the North Haven zone. Ruggiero takes a shot blocker to side by Salzano. Frazier tied up along the wall. Ruggiero there for help. Frazier plays it deep. North Haven up the boards. Consorti's going to clear it out. Across from Mastriano. Mastriano's pass broken up by Cantelli. Now Mastriano dumps it in. McGlinchey and Montemana are going to tie up in the corner, and East Haven's going to get the puck. Plano around to Cantelli. Preston Cantelli at his own blue line. Into the North Haven zone. Cantelli with a move. Tries to go one-handed, and he couldn't keep the puck. Cantelli goes far side. Perillo couldn't keep it in. And back forward is Brown. Preston Cantelli trying to take a lot on himself today. Perillo gets hit along the far side by Mastriano. Gets it up to the blue line, but not out. Now Plano gets it out. Perillo flips it up the wall. DeFilio's got it. DeFilio in. DeFilio back to Plano. And he couldn't get a shot. Drops it back to LaCroix. LaCroix feathers one in. No shot on net. Plano keeps it in. Plano looks. Shot was blocked by a lot of bodies in front. Plano steals. Enzo hounded by Paul Mastriano right in front of us. Now to DeFilio, back to the blue line, LaCroix. Across to Brown. Brown, shot deflected. Oh, rebound through the stick of Plano. Enzo Plano again. Back to the blue line for Brown. Shot off the shoulder of Salzano. DeFilio's got it. DeFilio hit by Porto. DeFilio stays with it, but he can't keep it in. Brown has it for East Haven. And they were slow on the change. They'll be whistled for an offsides. 2:44 to go second period. 3-1 North Haven.
A lot of good action. I mean, the Easties they can't throw much more, but they can be consistent, which they have been. Again, Plano, the puck went right between his legs going through the crease. You know, those breaks just don't always occur in a game like this. But Easties, again, need to keep the pressure on.
Brown at the red line dumps it in. They would love to cut this lead to 1 before the period ends. But this North Haven team has proven to be, we knew they would be legit, and they have proven to be. They keep it in. Shot goes over the net of LaCroix. Now Weston flips it out to center, or the Nighthawks take it there. That's Keeney. Keeney has it at center ice. Knocked down by Frazier. Frazier puts a move on. Frazier carries in the North Haven zone. Frazier throws it to the net. Salzano made the save. Pushed the rebound to the side. Frazier knocked it down. Frazier gets it to Weston. Weston makes a move. Weston goes in front. Goes all the way back to LaCroix at the blue line. LaCroix, his shot got deflected up and out of play. 1:51 to go in the period. 3-1 North Haven.
I liked East Haven's response, though, after North Haven scored that third goal. Sometimes teams will get in their own heads being down by 2, but 2 goals is the most dangerous lead in hockey.
So Coach Payne comes back with the second line now. He's got Perillo on the first line, Pinnell on this second line here with Walsh and Ruggiero. Face off to the left of Salzano. It's a face-off win back to McGlinchey. McGlinchey throws it to the net. It actually went wide. Pinnell tried to go through the crease. North Haven's going to clear. Here comes Mastriano. Mastriano in the North Haven end, and he scores. Mastriano beat his man in the East Haven zone. They beat Mason LaCroix, and with 1:36 to go in the second, North Haven now has a 4-1 lead.
It's a hard pill to swallow. It's a good shot, but the deflection popped out behind the Easties defense, which doesn't happen that often. But North Haven's making us pay for it, so it's a good play by North Haven. Just a bad set of circumstances for the Easties.
Sometimes you have to make your own luck too, and I know East Haven's been a little bit unlucky in these first two periods, but we've also seen some things happen today that haven't really happened all season. And I know we say this a lot, those things seem to happen in the biggest games of the season all the time. So East Haven with a lot of work to do. Plano with a shot. Salzano saves it and holds. 1:25 left second period. 4-1 North Haven.
East Haven's got a big hill to climb now, being down 4-1. LaCroix has looked good. And defense hasn't helped him all too much.
It's been a tough day all around so far. Face off to the left of Salzano here. Plano takes the draw. It's won by North Haven. And they play it back around. Porto up the boards, knocked down by Cantelli. Cantelli to Plano. In front, trying to find DeFilio. Back to Cantelli. Shot blocked. Plano couldn't recover. Now it's loose in front. Salzano covers for the whistle. 1:08 to go. Second period. 4-1 Nighthawks.
And I see a lot of heavy breathing. I see the North Haven goaltender taking a lot of water. I mean, he's making all these saves. He's having to move considerably. And you only hope you can tire him out a little bit to make that next shot score.
Face off to his left. Plano winds up winning it deep to himself, but they couldn't hold the zone. And it's cleared back out into the East Haven end. McGlinchey up now to DeFilio. DeFilio. It stayed in at the blue line. Lorenzo's got it. To the net, goes over the net. Cantelli got to it to keep it in. Cantelli shot gloved and Salzano holds it. 47 seconds to go. 4-1 North Haven.
As we mentioned before, I mean, East Haven's just having some unlucky shots. I think 4 shots have gone off the post or the pipe. Sometimes the stick isn't in both hands there, and you're running into a very good goaltender once again.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot too. East Haven seems to find a hot goaltender, and they found one again today in Salzano. Perillo comes off, Pinnell comes on. As Bob mentioned, Coach Payne going with his horses, and he's got to do it all the more now, down by 3. As the work in the third period has got a lot harder. Cantelli in the North Haven zone. Cantelli trying to go in front for Plano. Pinnell across to McGlinchey. McGlinchey shot, save, rebound again! Somehow they got denied. My goodness. There are no words sometimes for how things happen. North Haven clears. That'll be an icing. 7 seconds to go. 4-1 North Haven.
He just took a big sigh of relief. I mean, he made the save by his stick. It was a great save. But again, the scoring chances just keep piling up for the Easties. And frustration is there, but I got to believe that there's called afterburners, and the third period is going to be the teller in this one.
They're going to have to find those afterburners in between periods 2 and 3. You talked about the frustration. You could see it at that whistle. We have not seen frustration out of this team all year long. Face off to Salzano's right as Montalbana and DeFilio have words. A little bit more than words. Montalbana still talking. Plano gets it to McGlinchey, who couldn't get a shot away. Consorti steals, and the period's going to end with the puck on Consorti's stick. So it's 4-1 North Haven after 2, and East Haven's got a lot of work to do.
That would have been ugly icing on the cake. I mean, with another 3 seconds, it could have been just terrible. But I do believe that the Easties got it in them, that they're going to come back. Third period's going to be more exciting than the first 2.
We've seen them fight before, coming from behind, and it's something East Haven isn't that used to. But they're going to try and fight as hard as they can in that third period.
So East Haven finds themselves in a position they haven't been in all year. Down 4-1, going to the third. We'll come back for the third in a moment. Back here at the Lungo Rink in East Haven as we start the third period. East Haven trailing 4-1. They have not trailed by 3 goals in the third period at any point this season, so their work cut out for them here, Bob.
How was it last year, Mike? Were we ever behind that far? So that's new territory for the Easties. So let's see what the spirit is in these in our boys here.
It's got to be one shift at a time here when you're trying to come back from 3 down. Not an easy hill to climb. We know this team can score in bunches. The opponent today a little bit different, though. Montalbana, who we saw have words with DeFilio and Plano going off the ice at the end of the second period. Now DeFilio in, shot off the glove of Salzano. We believe shots on goal are 32-14 in favor of East Haven through 2 periods. Shocking that it's a 4-1 score right now. No icing behind the net. Porto knocked down a little bit by DeFilio. Kept in by McGlinchey. Towards the net, Salzano gloved it, let it go. And the puck wound up in the corner. DeFilio tries to keep it in, can't do it. Cantelli hustles back as he beats Montalbana. Montalbana took him down. No call, so play continues. Carter McGlinchey knocked off the play by Guidon, who had a goal in the second period. Ruggiero goes across to Bunnell. Bunnell knocked it down. Tanner Walsh stole it for a second. LaCroix takes a hit in front of the bench. Knocked down again by North Haven, and now Ruggiero tries to play it back in the North Haven zone. Now it's Walsh. Tanner Walsh trying to split the D, can't do it. North Haven out to center. Lead official says no ice. Now Brown, Benji Brown, at his own blue line now. Banks it off the boards. Touched up by Tanner Walsh, and that's a high stick. 13:02 to go, third period, 4-1 North Haven.
I never understood that. When everyone knows that you have a high stick, why go for the high stick? I mean, it was in their zone. Let the puck drop and keep the play going. Don't bring it down to your zone.
I think, like Bob said before, it's been a little unlucky, and it's something East Haven really hasn't seen all season.
Brown out of the zone, finds DeFilio. DeFilio in the North Haven end, shot save Salzano, and he holds it for the whistle. 12:53 to go here in the third. 4-1 North Haven. Salzano has already had to make some saves here in this period.
Well, I like with DeFilio moving down the left side, Perillo was busting it to the net. Exactly what he needed to do, because DeFilio would take that shot. He's looking for that rebound. It didn't happen. He held on to the puck, so face-off was to his side.
Plano behind the net. Around the boards, it comes back to Cantelli at the blue line. Cantelli has the only East Haven goal today. They have been shut down again by a hot goaltender, this time the sophomore, Joey Salzano. Cantelli. Oh, the puck goes towards the net, and Mason LaCroix smartly sticked it away. Perillo in the North Haven zone. Perillo got it to the net, but Salzano sticked it aside, and we've got a penalty coming up here with 12:19 to go in the third. Let's see what we got. We got a slash, and that is going to be Montalbana. So for the third time today, Bryce Montalbana in the penalty box, and here's a chance for East Haven. So here's opportunity number 1 to get back in the game. DeFilio back to Cantelli. Cantelli walks the line a little bit, finds DeFilio, big save, Salzano, rebound, poked wide. Plano's got it. Plano finds DeFilio, took a shot, Salzano couldn't hold it, and now North Haven's going to clear. So LaCroix can't slow it down. Goes to the far corner where McGlinchey finds Plano, and here comes Enzo. Now to Cantelli, press to Cantelli. By his man Cantelli in, shot save Salzano. And North Haven's going to clear. So East Haven with a couple of chances here on the power play. And North Haven has cleared out a couple of times. Plano got tied up with Mastriano. Now Cantelli in. Cantelli stays with it. Shot save Salzano. 11:22 to go in the third. 103 on the power play. 4-1 Nighthawks.
You're going to expect Cantelli and DeFilio to shoot a lot more so. I mean, they have, I think, all of the shots in this period so far. Maybe a couple by Perillo and McGlinchey. But, you know, that fierce competitive side of them is going to come out.
Face-off will be to the right of Joey Salzano here. Enzo wins it to Bunnell. Bunnell deep, got it back to Plano. Plano with some time. He lost that time. Bunnell got tied up. Plano comes down to get the puck. Now he gets tied up behind the net. All three forwards behind the net now, and Bunnell came away with the puck. Bunnell steps to the net, takes a shot. Salzano made the save. DeFilio got it back to Plano. Plano in front. DeFilio wide open in front. He scores. That's a power play goal for Lorenzo DeFilio. Their second power play goal of the game. And with 10:52 to go in the third, that is step number one. And it's now 4-2 North Haven. I'll wait. Are we done? I think we're done.
Just great. Again, the Easties, you knew the pressure was going to come. North Haven was kind of expecting it, but I'm not done with the expectation here, though.
Oh no, I think the fire's going to be even more now. This is very much a hockey game. 2 power play goals today, one for Cantelli and now one for DeFilio. Cantelli to Lorenzo. Lorenzo with another shot, another penalty coming up on North Haven. 10:23 to go in the third. 4-2 Nighthawks. And the door opens a little bit wider. And that's Montalbano again. Going to the penalty box.
Now, I could be wrong, but this was going back a few years ago. If you had more than 3 penalties, you got a 5-minute misconduct, right? But, I mean, no, I could be definitely wrong, but
that I cannot be sure on that. I cannot be sure on that, but my goodness. So what a huge chance here to cut it to 1. And North Haven clears. DeFilio got the last power play goal. And now Cantelli for East Haven will get it going. Cantelli drops it back for Plano. Plano shot save, rebound, and Cantelli ran hard into Salzano. And there's going to be a penalty coming up on Cantelli. He's going off for interference. And for 1 minute and 33 seconds, we're going to be 4-on-4. 9:56 left in the third. It is 4-2 North Haven. And I think, is it going to be Perillo? Yeah, they're taking Perillo for the interference, but I do think it's the right call.
Yeah, I hate to say it's the right call, but let's see what a 4-on-4 does. I haven't seen that, so I'm all for it. We'll take it.
A lot of 4s there. Face off to the right of LaCroix. They don't get a clean face-off win. That shot by Mastriano went just wide. Here comes Plano. Plano. There's a lot of room on the ice now. And a lot of speed out there for both teams. Plano got tackled. East Haven bench wanted a call, but no penalty here. Guidon over to Mastriano. Shot goes wide. Stick side of LaCroix. North Haven gets to it first. Paul Mastriano played it deep. LaCroix over to Cantelli. Cantelli on the ice with room to skate. Cantelli in. Cantelli carries it all the way deep. stays with it. Bunnell was there for help. East Haven looking to keep it in. DeFilio knocks the boards, but North Haven gets it out. Here comes Mastriano. McGlinchey's going to get back. Nice play by Carter McGlinchey, and East Haven steals. Long outlet pass for Bunnell. Bunnell trying to find DeFilio. DeFilio knocked it down. DeFilio in front over the stick of Bunnell. That was a good chance for Ryan Bunnell. Still 25 seconds of 4-on-4. Then North Haven's going to get a brief power play. Bunnell's got it back for East Haven. Bunnell in the North Haven zone. Bunnell tried to find Walsh, and there's a penalty on North Haven. So 8:31 to go in the third, 4-2 Nighthawks, and what a crazy period this has turned out to be.
I don't think we've played 5-at-5 for the last 4 minutes of hockey.
Yeah, I love hockey like this. This is good. This is good for my heart. I hope it's good for yours.
It's too much math from my brain, trying to figure out how much time is left for who, but
Well, you got 8 seconds.
4-on-4 for 36 seconds, or for 28 seconds. Not bad, I can handle that. Face off to Salzano's left. Even more open ice right now. But North Haven clears. It's a brief 4-on-3. And then it's going to be 4-on-4 for 28 seconds starting now. And East Haven's going to get another power play. Cantelli in the North Haven zone. Cantelli takes it all the way in. Finds Plano. Shot save Salzano with DeFilio on the doorstep. 8:11 to go third period. 4-2 North Haven.
Good shot by Plano. Even better pass by Cantelli. This power play, 4-on-4 right now, but power play coming up, could decide the factor of this game.
Yeah, very well could. Face off to Salzano's right. East Haven going to try to keep the puck down there so that when their penalty's up, they could just get started. North Haven's got it behind the net, so that's not going to happen. Montalbana out to center. Oh, he avoided a hit, actually, from Perillo coming out of the penalty box. That could have been a dangerous collision. One thing you do not want to see is anybody get hurt. Cantelli at center ice. Over now to DeFilio. In the North Haven zone, offsides. I think Plano was a step ahead. 7:38 to go in the third. 1:08 on the power play. 4-2 North Haven.
A lot of jaw-jacking going on over there. Everybody's trying to get under somebody else's skin, and that's usually what happens in this, but Easties have to put it all together now and make this game close.
Cantelli gains the zone. Cantelli all the way to the corner. Preston giving it everything he's got today. It's in the feet of Perillo. Cantelli rescues the puck. Gets it back to DeFilio. He scores! That's a power play goal for Lorenzo DeFilio. His second power play goal of the game. And with 7:19 to go, it's a 4-3 game. When you live in the penalty box, bad things happen. And East Haven so far is making North Haven pay.
Got a four-alarmer going here, which is great. We love it. This is what it was going to be. You and I, in the intermission, we talked about this third period, and the afterburners came on. And thanks to the Nighthawks going to the penalty box, we'll take it every time.
My goodness. They had to know coming into the game how lethal East Haven's power play was, and they have made them pay this afternoon. 3 power play goals, but still down by 1. Ryan Bunnell behind the net. Lost the puck. Plenty of time left in the game now. Sal Plano at his own blue line. Plano gains the red line up ahead, tips it to Ruggiero, but now back out of the zone. Bunnell. Oh, across for LaCroix. LaCroix went down. Guidon takes a shot that goes wide, so Cam gets back into the play. Montalbana took a shot that didn't get through. Now LaCroix up the boards, knocked down. That one goes wide, stick side. Bunnell in a foot race with Guidon. Guidon lays a hit on Bunnell. And now North Haven plays it deep, forcing East Haven to go the length of the rink. Bunnell to Ruggiero, out of the zone, trying to find Perillo coming off. Mastriano, who's got 2 goals for North Haven today, dumps it in. LaCroix around for Plano. Walsh out of the zone. Tries to knock it down at center. Oh, East Haven. Cam LaCroix smartly didn't touch, or I think that would have been too many. And as Bob said earlier, that almost happened earlier in this game. Cantelli, North Haven not allowing East Haven to get beyond the red line here. Here comes Plano in the North Haven end. Plano stops, reverses, lost the puck as he tried to backhand it in front. Here comes Mastriano, watched by Cantelli. They're offsides. 5:21 to go, third period. It's now 4-3 Nighthawks.
It's been a phenomenal game by both teams. North Haven got off to a really early start. Obviously, East Haven coming back. Still plenty of time left in this game to possibly tie the game. But North Haven's defense has done a nice job in the past couple minutes, not letting East Haven get into the North Haven zone.
East Haven's been good when it's, North Haven, I should say, has been great when it's been 5-on-5. East Haven bench wanted a penalty. They're not going to get one. Perillo's got to get back on side. He does. So all they're able to do is just flip the puck in. Now North Haven out to center. Guidon turned it over. Now North Haven wanted a penalty on McGlinchey. Carter's got it now with a little bit of room, but not much. McGlinchey dumps it in. It just seems like the skating room on the ice has totally evaporated here since we've been back to 5-on-5. Cantelli at his own blue line across to McGlinchey. Carter McGlinchey goes back to Preston. East Haven is having a difficult time getting it out of their own zone. Cantelli finds McGlinchey. Now up to Walsh, who tips it deep. He was beyond the red line, but North Haven is quickly going to be able to clear. Nighthawks will come back this way. Nice job by Tanner Walsh to back check. McGlinchey went down, but Cantelli steals. Cantelli up the boards for Bunnell. Bunnell in the North Haven zone. Bunnell stays with it. Bunnell carries it behind the net, goes awkwardly into the boards. Frazier goes into the boards, but he's able to keep it in. Walsh helped him out. Now the Nighthawks are going to clear. Here comes Mastriano. He's watched by Cantelli. Mastriano can't get a shot away as he's knocked off. Cantelli, who seems like he's been on the ice all day. Cantelli up to Walsh, who tips it out. East Haven's going for a change here now. Frazier tries to play it deep.
Too many.
First line back out. Too many on North Haven, but they let it go. It was right in front of the trail official as they made a very dangerous change. Puck goes past Perillo. North Haven keeps it in. Nice poke check by Brown. It stays in. Deflected. Guidon got the deflection, and LaCroix kept it out. Plano up to DeFilio. DeFilio with zero room, but he gets it in the North Haven end. Takes a shot that Salzano got a piece of. It went off the glass. DeFilio knocks it down. Back to Plano. Throws it towards the net, deflected behind. Enzo Plano has it, didn't get a lot on it. Enzo puts it back behind. Perillo gets to it first. Perillo stops. Perillo gets tied up far corner. Time becoming a factor. Guidon gets to it, clears it out to center. Sal Plano knocks it down. He's got time. North Haven was going through a change. Plano up to Perillo, tips it in. Perillo overskated. The Nighthawks are going to clear. Paul Mastriano, shot wide of LaCroix. Consorti plays it deep for Mastriano. He's tied up by Walsh. But comes on in front. Montemana, shot knocked down in front. Ruggiero up to the blue line, not out. Porto with a shot. Here comes Perillo, potentially in a foot race, but he can't get to the puck first. 2 minutes to go. Time is a factor. It is running out on East Haven here, trailing by 1. We'll see if they've got the late game magic. Here comes North Haven. Mastriano in. Sticked aside by LaCroix. North Haven puts it back behind. Bunnell up the boards and out. Offsides on the Nighthawks. 1:37 to go. Third period, 4-3 North Haven. I would imagine Coach Payne's going to use that timeout right now.
I would expect him to. The discussion was the third period, we were expecting the afterburners to be turned on, which we've seen happen. We also thought that a couple of goals scored would happen, but that fourth goal, that tying goal, is going to be the hardest one of them all. That's what we've got to work on now.
They did not call timeout, which I'm surprised. As a second came off the clock, I would have thought he would have wanted to call it.
I think he is.
He
might
is.
be now, yeah.
I think the official didn't hear him because they've got to decide when LaCroix is going to come out.
I think once they dump it into the North Haven zone, maybe get a little pressure, he starts coming out. East Haven has been the much better team here in the third period.
Well, let's face it, some goalposts and some good saves by Salzano. They've been the better team all day, but there's one statistic that matters, and that's the scoreboard.
You're right. That is what matters. Good strategy, good timeout. Mike, you called it, said, I expect the coach to make this call. He's got it. That strategy is being on the board, ready to go. And East just need to execute it. That's all.
Face-off's going to be at center ice, so it's just like you're starting the period, essentially. And I think you're right, Nick. As soon as the puck gets in the North Haven zone, LaCroix's coming out.
Yeah, I think you have to. Bunnell and Perillo have been going back and forth with that first line, so I expect one of them to be out there for that extra man.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly with that. It's been a heck of a comeback here in the third period. Both of these teams have left everything on the ice today.
We didn't even talk about the disallowed goal, too, in the first period from DeFilio.
Right, that's right. It could be about 6 or 7 to 4 East Haven, but it's not. And those are the breaks. That's what happens. So it has been everything we thought it would be and more. And as we said, it might not be the last time these two teams see each other this year. Let's see when LaCroix goes to the bench. Cantelli up to Bunnell. Here he comes. Mason goes to the bench. Bunnell in the North Haven zone. Lost it to Porto. Kept in by McGlinchey. Down low to Enzo Plano. In front deflection. Loose at Salzano. Sticked it aside. Cantelli can't keep it in. He knocked it down, so it's not an icing. McGlinchey's got Guidon on him, so he finds DeFilio at center ice. DeFilio dumps it in. Bunnell goes and gets it. Up the wall, North Haven clears to center. Carter McGlinchey at center ice. Up ahead now, Carter's got it back. Flips it in. North Haven bench wants an offsides. Puck comes out of the zone anyway. Cantelli gets to it, up to Perillo. Now Bunnell in the North Haven zone. Cross ice to Filio. Oh, just wide by Lorenzo. Cantelli across from McGlinchey. McGlinchey to the net. That one goes wide. Perillo gets tied up. North Haven just trying to kill time. DeFilio there for help. Cantelli knocked it down, kept it in. They couldn't keep it on their stick. North Haven's gonna clear. McGlinchey gets to it. 15 seconds left. Plano to DeFilio. He couldn't keep it on his stick. North Haven's gonna clear, and East Haven's winning streak is gonna come to an end. Well, maybe Bunnell with a chance. Salzano made the save. The winning streak is going to come to an end. He covered with 1/10 of a second left, and that's going to do it. North Haven wins it 4-3. East Haven's lead in the Division II standings is down to 2 points. And it just goes to show you, things are going to be difficult here going down the stretch.
You analyzed it. You and Nick were working the numbers of a win here or a loss there, and who's. So the SCC is going to be an interesting call, and that'll dictate what happens with the state tournament. But all in all, the Easties did play a great game. They had many chances. They had snake bites in those first 2 periods. We said that 2 goals in the third period was not unrealistic. It's the third goal. It's coming back with 3 goals. But all in all, great game by the Easties.
Yeah, like Bob said, sometimes you get snake bitten, and that happens. You can't expect to win every game. Now you just got to look forward with only 2 regular season games left. You can't say they're wins right away. You got to play it by game, play it by period. So we'll see how the next 2 games go and see where everyone stands.
So this was the final home game of the regular season. East Haven will hit the road on a Wednesday night. They'll head to the Danbury Ice Arena at 5:45 to play the number 1 team in Division 3, JBWA. So that'll be a 3-point game for East Haven on the road again this Wednesday at 5:45 in Danbury. So for JJ, for AJ, for Rob, for Nick, for Bob, this is Mike Amento saying so long from East Haven. Our final score, North Haven 4, East Haven 3.